Good evening, this is Nerdist the Human, and welcome to our brand new campaign on Barbarian Invasion. And you join me today for a very special bit of modded campaigning. This is our female-only campaign as the Roxolani, and the Roxolani have themselves a few interesting female units. But to add to that, I have modded in several of the units from Rome Total War as well. So we have ourselves 7 female units, 7 units which are going to conquer the world. Now there is the option of the Sarmatians as well, who do also have the same units as the Roxolani, but I feel like the Roxolani are very rarely seen, and thus this is the faction that we are going to play here as today. Of course, we are going to be playing on very hard and very hard. There is sadly no description for this most wonderful of factions, but we will be painting the map blue here today, and Barbarian Invasion is always full of utter madness, especially with all of the hordes. And we are a horde faction, but we will be joining into all of that nonsense as well. So join me as we head on into the campaign map and we get this campaign going. Here we are then as the Roxolani, sitting on the north coast of the Black Sea, and they're probably the faction on this game that does the least of any note, apart from maybe the Celts. These are a very, very sedentary faction usually, but we're going to be a little bit more raucous with them today. Now there are some hordes just lying at the edge, but maybe we should begin by introducing our army. So we have ourselves yet another Sarmatian / Roxolani Virgin Cavalry. Excellent stuff. You can see that I have brought in our screeching women from the Germans. So Paula will be helping us to chop up our enemies, and that will be our sole infantry unit. We do have the head-hunting maidens from the Scythians as well. Obviously, we had to bring those ladies into battle too. These are pretty darn effective, by the way, so we'll be enjoying them. Now, as for recruitment, we can, of course, get our Sarmatian foot archers, which we would fully expect. This is a typical unit of the Roxolani. These are going to be basic archers. They're actually pretty darn solid all around, albeit with a fair recruitment cost, it should be said. We've already seen those Virgin Cavalry. Now, we do have a couple more units available, and we can at any time press the old Horde button. Now, as for what we actually want to do, well, I think the Hording will be the most fun way of doing this. Now, that will give us 4 armies straight away, but it will create some problems as well. So, what I think my plan is we're going to sit here for just a little bit at the start and get us a few armies, because we want to make sure that whenever we settle, probably Constantinople, by the way. Yes, when we go settle over there, we probably want to make sure we have some armies left after the Horde units disband. So we've got ourselves a few units to start off with, not an awful lot. Now, okay, I'm just going to put down 1 watchtower. In general, I'm not too concerned about these hordes because they usually leave us alone, but we can't take that too much for granted. Let's have a little go at training our assassin. He missed the target. That's a bit of a shame, but you know, it's worth giving them a poke. Now, as for these guys, we can make an offer of some map information just to try and get ourselves some money early doors, because any money would be great, but they have nothing to offer us. So we'll just go and run off in this kind of a direction over towards the Sarmatians, who might well be our friends. I'd quite like them to be, actually. So we'll grab our spy, and likewise the spy can just head over in that kind of a direction. Make sure we know what is going on. Now, the Huns and the Vandals are people in flight, and paganism is currently the most powerful faith, and we are pagans, in case you're not aware. Currently, our temples will give us a plus experience, which is absolutely beautiful. We do have level 1 temple right now, so 1 experience on any new troops. And on the note of troops, I want to be getting some Virgin foot archers out, because when we settle, probably in Constantinople, assuming the Sarmatians don't swing there first, we will be wanting some archers to actually defend us. And because the Horde units disbanding into the settlement population can be a bit of a random guesswork, we need to make sure we leave some actual army over there, because we want to make sure we'll be defending it. So we'll grab that first and foremost, and I'm going to get myself a blacksmith. A blacksmith, not just to retrain our key troops, but also because we can get the Amazon damn chariots. Oh yeah, these are going to be absolutely glorious. Okay, some weird editing things have happened here from when I've moved them over from one game to the other. But anyway, that's fun. They are elite. That is their description, and I very much agree with that. We want some Amazon chariots. All of the female units, by the way, can activate through the Hording. So any of those units will appear when we actually turn into a Horde. But for now, we're going to hold off. Now, the actual general units, by the way, are civilian noble women, which does mean they're actually not super strong, but they are at least long-range missile units. So that's good, if nothing else. But yes, even the general units are women, apart from the general himself. He's just the bloke that's there because the game doesn't let us not have male generals, unfortunately. Also, the other problem I found is that while I can change the names around, I can't. There's only like one female portrait, so I couldn't really feasibly change the generals around to male. I could have pretended that these are all females, but there was one portrait, and I decided that would be too much faff and not worth it. But in terms of all of our units, we are very much females, just with male generals to lead the way. So we will probably be ending our turn, and as we cycle through the turns, I'll stop if there's anything too interesting. With a few turns past, then we're going to get ourselves a new general, which is probably a good idea. The Huns haven't moved, which is simultaneously good and slightly terrifying. Now, Sarmatians are down here. Are the Huns here as well? Not that I can currently see. Okay, so next time we can get ourselves some trade and some money. That would be excellent. Ceasefire in effect between the Eastern Empire and the Sarmatians. That's not necessarily good, but I don't know that will last very long. Yes, so we're coming of age, as we just saw there. A couple generals joining the ranks. Excellent. Some extra experience on the retrains here. We're one turn away from all of that. So as we end the turn now, we should start to get some more interesting situations. Oh, an Eastern diplomat as well. So we'll get ourselves trade rights and alliance with these guys. Now, I'm going to ask for a fair chunk of money, because I need any money I can get right now. Okay, good. And I'm going to do the same with these guys, even though we are going. Actually, we'll just get the trade rights and the map information, and I'll try and extort just a little bit. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to get, but 500 will probably do. Okay, you know what? We'll just offer trade rights. That's absolutely fine. I don't think they want to be bargaining too much. We will go and chat to the Goths as well and try and get some money off them. Now, importantly, Amazonian chariots. They do cost a little bit, but we will want at least one of those lasses to come and help us out. Now, we've currently got 4 units available here. There are 6 overall, with a 7th being the noble women as the generals here, who actually we can recruit because I've set them up as the bodyguards that you can train in Barbarian Invasion. So we'll just continue to get a load of retraining done, which is going to cost quite a bit of our money. Now we're going to get support because I want a pile of boats to help us out. Now, what's the upkeep cost? Okay, we'll get another archer out while we do the port, but let's keep an eye on that. Oh dear. Now, this is potentially a problem for us. Big potential problem for us. So, I'll tell you what we could do in theory. We could have a chat with these guys. Oh, we've got ourselves Western Roman Empire as well. Very nice indeed. So, we will ask for a bit of money. Lovely. Let's just see. They want money themselves. What rude pilchards. But they actually asked for less than me, so I'm going to ask for just a tiny bit. Come on, give us a little bucket, sir. They're being awkward. Okay, fine. We'll just settle for trade rights. We can't actually become allies, which is a shame, but it's good to have some trading ready with these guys for the future. And a bit more setting up with these chaps wouldn't be a bad plan either. So likewise, we'll push it up to 3,000 this time, because I think the Goths are weak and they want money as well. This is the problem, like when you start like demanding money, they just demand it back. Let's just go with 1,500 and hopefully they'll be happy with that kind of nonsense. Yeah, they're not really understanding how this bartering works, do they? The way bartering works is you give me the money, damn it. Okay, fine. 200, it's better than nothing. We'll take it for the time being and we'll swing over in that direction. Alliance announced between the Goths and the Roxolani, and the Vandals and Sarmatians are at war, as we can see. The reason this is a problem is because Sarmatians hoarding kind of gets in the way of my plans. Now, I considered taking on the Sassanids in the east because we very rarely do that on Barbarian Invasion. But the reason we rarely ever do it is because they are horrifically well armoured and they are horrible to take on. Unless you are the Eastern Empire anyway. So, okay, actually the Axe Women do have a good chunky attack, albeit whilst it is an axe, it isn't actually effective against armour. It probably should be, but hey ho. The headhunting maidens will probably be decent at taking on those cataphracts, but they're probably still way too light on the armour. Our troops are very light on the defence, so we've got to be careful, particularly with the likes of the Sassanids. Eastern Empire is our target. We're going to try and take over basically the western portion of the Eastern Empire. So we're going to go and get Constantinople, Thessalonica, Sirmium. Is it Athens down here? I guess it is. We'll probably go and get the likes of Ephesus and Crete as well. Ephesus just because a little base on Asia Minor would be nice, and again the port will just set us up nicely. So to do that though, we need to bear in mind how the Horde is going to split up. So what I'm going to do over the next few turns is continue to just get a few more units out, and now I'm basically about to run out of money, so I need to make my last few choices of units, which is fine. We've got a port. We're going to get a big bucket of money, and hopefully these guys will fail, but sometimes they're not very clever with how they attack, and the Sarmatians just get so much experience that they'll never die. It looks like they've got enough units around there where they'll probably pull it off on this occasion, which is a bit of a shame. What I want to do is make sure I have some idea around here of what units these guys have. I can actually afford the spy. Do I want a spy rather than another archer? I think I do, to be honest. Tell you what I want to do. We'll have a quick poke down at Constantinople, but after that I think what we'll do is you just continue in this direction. Actually, that's probably for the better. Okay, so they've grabbed the next territory, not a surprise. Yeah, what we probably want to do is send them down here and then swing back up to Sirmium, because Sirmium, I would like to sack that before we settle. That would be very nice indeed, and that means getting an early sending someone a little bit ahead. Okay, well, I'm going to plan through the next few turns. We get boats. Don't think I want to build anything else. On this note then, maybe I can destroy... Is it worth destroying anything? Let's just get a super high tax rate out. Maybe we'll be able to get something else done before we launch our massive Horde campaign. We're nearly ready to go, but it's important to note here that there is not a lot over at Constantinople. We have the faction leader himself and some half-decent spearmen, but we should be absolutely fine dealing with them. So in the meantime, Thessalonica, that's where the armies are. We need to keep a new eye on that. There we are, New Testament formulated, several hundred years too late as ever, but you know, better later than never. Now, as for the boats, yeah, we are ready, I think, to press the button in, just one more turn. We are going to minus money at this stage. Kind of notice the Roxolani are under siege. Sorry, not the Roxolani, that's me. Sarmatians under siege, but that's good. They didn't do it immediately, which means that we should now have a free run to go and grab some of this. We'll continue to get a bit of training if we can. We did kill a Eastern diplomat, but not anything else too interesting. Okay, we'll keep an eye on these guys. I did want to head over to Sirmium, but I much rather, just know what's going on. Fine. Time for us then to press the button. So, send them out of the city. Get our agent out as well to come join that. That's the actual army, and it's kind of important to know which units are the actual army, because these ones won't disband when we actually start settling cities. So now, you can see here we got the Virgin Horse Archers as well, which we haven't seen yet. They're pretty darn nice. We just need stables for that. But I'm going to go get all of these guys organised. After what seems like forever, I've actually managed to organise all of my troops here into several different armies. So here's the plan. We have Madias here, our faction leader, with a pile of our archers and our Screeching women. They are heading over to Constantinople. They're going to capture that, and these units here will be able to stay alive even after we've settled 3 settlements, meaning we'll have a bit of infantry and some archers to use on the massive walls, and we can hopefully defend the city should it come under any kind of attack. Now, as for the next army, which one are you, sir? Okay, this is Ara. Ara has himself, or herself, a set of cavalry here. The rest is all Horde units. They're going to go for Thessalonica. So we'll need a few units to hold it. Every city is only going to get 3 or 4 to be fair. But yes, we need a few left over for that. So we're going to go head over there and smash that up. Any extra units can always be sent out. It's going to be ideal to take these cities fairly simultaneously, depending on which is the stronger or the weaker of them. So we'll see about that. You can get a bit further, so you can just get going. I think some of the units here slow this one down. The next army over here, this is a cavalry-only force. This one is going to race over to Sirmium, and it's going to do a bit of sacking. Now, okay, in theory, we need some infantry to do that. So I'm either going to have to give one unit to them or hire some mercs. But to hire mercs, I'm going to need to sack something else. So I'm going to have to think about how we might be doing that. It might be that Athens gets sacked, and that's where we have this last army here with Agashiti, who is probably going to go and sack Athens and then go take Ephesus, and we'll swing back to Athens. One of the two, I don't know quite which way around will do that, but basically you need to go doing some sacking, so we can afford the infantry for sacking Sirmium. Sacking Sirmium is mainly just to try and leave that part a bit delayed. Like, we do want to take it, but ultimately we get 3 for all of our cities to settle. So we're going to go for 1, 2, and 3, probably, or maybe this one, just to make sure we've got everything that we want. Sirmium can just be a bit of a buffer as a rebel city in the meantime. So that's my plan. Hopefully that's all going to come to fruition. We have rather annoyed the Eastern Empire, it turns out. They're going to be much, much more annoyed in a few minutes. So let's just get people into position before we start actually, like, you know, getting ourselves in trouble here. So yeah, we want to kind of be pretty simultaneous in our landings and in our attacks here. Unfortunately, they have really managed to supply Constantinople. My little test run to see that the game wasn't breaking with all of my modding. Constantinople on one occasion got taken over by the Sarmatians, on one occasion it was completely empty, but we'll have a go at lopping someone else's head off. But yeah, things are looking interesting at this stage. We're kind of getting things into position. We'll just keep on flicking through the turns and get yourself down here, sir. Athens is looking, oh yeah, very, very empty indeed. Okay, we are now in position. They do have some units just there. Did we manage to kill it? We missed the target. That's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Okay, Sirmium is very well guarded. Maybe we won't be sacking. Maybe we'll just have to just keep them busy, actually, because this army is entirely Horde units, so they'll disband when we take things. Its job really is just to make sure that Sirmium isn't a problem for us. So we'll just block the bridge. It hasn't got any infantry on it. To be fair, we could hire some men. Spit. We could hire some men to fight for us, but we'll see about that. Now, we are almost ready to... I want to land pretty simultaneously, so I think we'll do it next turn. We're not paying anything for these units because we are, of course, a Horde right now. So we're going to go for another lop of the head. It'd be really nice if we managed to get him, but we didn't. Alliance announced Goths and the Saxons. Plenty of diplomacy going on. Now, I think we want to do is get in this position and take on this guy. That seems like a very sensible plan. So, let's see where we're at. Over here at Sirmium, we will just get our spy in there. A bit risk. I don't like the risk when you've only got a couple of units. When you're Hordes, you can't retrain. So, my diplomat got distracted. You're supposed to be trying to chat to the world and extort them for money. Go and extort people, please. Be absolutely marvellous. There's no Alemanni left to extort, sadly. We'll just block that bridge up with them. We will probably launch the attack against those guys. Oh, you've taken the armies out of the city. Do we want to... Are these guys... Alright, we can pick these guys off, actually. So, we've got 3 of those little lads. Let's start with this army over here. So, we're going to attack the Eastern Empire. And... do you want to follow up this army? I think we do, don't we? Yes. So let's go and head in. Captain Gunners, Equite, and 3 Limitane. Oh, right. Just to give us a bit of a comparison, their defense is much better. 17 and 18. Our units are nothing like that. Our highest defense is like 12. But we have a fun army here. I'm pretty sure the chariots, 2 chariots, should be able to rip this apart. Let's head on into battle. Let's slaughter them. As you are perhaps unsurprised to find out, we are indeed led by a man, and he even gave the speech. I have to show you a more interesting speech if one comes along, but look at these Scythian noble women. I mean, you know, Roxolani, Scythians, it's all kind of the same basket of eggs really, isn't it? It's a brand new phrase, by the way. That is not typical English. I just came up with that on the spot for some unbeknown reason. So, our Virgin Foot Archers here, excellent stuff. we have ourselves some headhunting maidens. We've still got the orange. I kind of like the orange and blue combo that's going on here. It's quite good fun. We have Paula, of course. And, oh yeah, Amazonian chariots. And these are looking absolutely grand. I'm really enjoying this. So, some of our lovely archers as well. We have ourselves a bit of a wide formation to start with here. We might just... Actually, we've got a bit of a wonky hill situation going on. I don't necessarily like where this battlefield has begun for us. Let's see if they'll accept the middle of the battlefield. I don't really want to get these... That's an infantry line, by the way, for this campaign. Going to be an interesting one. In fact, these archers are actually fairly okay in as an infantry unit, but, you know, it's fine. We'll probably just send these chariots in to go and clear out their units at the start. So do we have a couple archers? We have a couple archer units back here to sit here with the general. We'll just plonk them in the middle. Let's not be too worried about formation here. Get a couple cav on the flanks, and we do have some headhunting maidens as well. They will make very short work of their Equite style units. Okay, they're up there on the hill, unsurprisingly. So, what's our best opportunity here? Because it's a bit of an awkward one. Might need to just get us grouped up and turn in up here, but we'll see about that. Now, the infantry should be shot to ribbons by us between all of our units, but the chariots basically will rip apart these cavalry if they get teased into us. They have no range, so I think we've absolutely got this one. They seem to be reacting to me at this point, which is a little bit scary. Let's get these chariots straight on into battle, because I think we'll be making short work of them in that scenario. Headhunting maidens just need to get straight in. There's another headhunting maiden over here. You get into those Equite. That will be marvellous. Get these cavalry around the flanks. And I was just moving these ones. You just get yourselves up here. Want to intercept these cavalry. Intercept the cavalry. Don't let them smash into Paula. Okay, Paula's going to take a little bit of a knock, but not too much. Chariots. Headhunting maidens are running right into them. Chariots are going to hopefully just rip these to shreds. That is what I'm looking for. Hopefully sheer numbers does the job. Sheer numbers is doing the job. Oh yeah, that's the chariot. And instantly everything is being ripped to shreds. No arrows, please. No arrows, please. Don't need any of that nonsense. Let's get our light cav on the chase here. Although actually archers, just take a pop at those cavalry who are fleeing, because they will get away otherwise. There's instant victory, thanks to mainly the chariots, of course. Unfortunately, we did lose a few of our virgin cav over here, but many of them will kill the man. That means that one day they can get themselves married, but not until we've conquered the world. So we will try and make sure no one escapes, but to be honest, I think we've absolutely slaughtered them instantly here. That is absolutely glorious, ladies. I am impressed. Obviously, this is always going to be an absolute massacre, but it is nice to get a run out on the field. A few units just charging into cav there. Lost a few of their, well, I was going to say men, but they're women. So, yeah, a few casualties sustained. Not many inflicted in that charge, but honestly, they were just taking the brunt for the Paulers in the front line. So we'll take that. Lovely stuff. And with that, victory and glory. And by the way, in those war declaration messages on the left, we ruined the alliance that the West and Eastern Romans had. So, yes, at this point, we're now allied with the Western Empire, and they decided to stay with us, which is interesting. They've lost their alliance. I think it was with the Goths as well. So, okay, that is interesting. We seem to have had a fair bit of diplomatic power there. Right, well, sadly, we can't quite go and deal with the city now, but we've got more battles to do. As for Athens, Athens is just going to get sacked, so this is going to work fine because it's pretty much empty. So that'll be simple enough. We'll just stroll into there next turn. But over here, we need to go take on this force first and foremost. So, Legio Lanciari, who are pretty good, but of course we will just be shooting them down. And because it's Barbarian Invasion, we will get ourselves into a night battle, and oh, it is lovely. Now, on Medieval 2, they would make these a bit brighter because they are quite dark, But, oh, the scene is beautiful here. These guys will soon be drowned in arrows and they will be regretting all of their life choices. Namely, you know, fighting for the darn Empire. So we're going to get our horse archers into the rear, as you might well imagine. These lovely ladies just need to get themselves just a little bit further in that direction. And are our main units quite in range? I'm not sure they are. We're just going to get them into a position. We might start getting people to rush here. They are going to start moving. So if they're going to start moving, we are just going to get into a more charging position here. So all the flaming arrows in the world. Just pull back there. Yeah, you guys just hold back a moment, ladies. You don't skirmish, please. We're just going to... the frame rate was slightly unhappy with that, but I'm quite happy with all of this nonsense. Okay, you girls, go, get yourselves in. Chariots are coming in. Yep, they're broken. Lovely stuff. Chariots are going to get themselves slightly killed in this nonsense. They're going to throw some javelins, but honestly, I'm not too concerned about that. Right, before those chariots completely kill themselves, we'll just get out of there. All the flaming arrows in the world at this stage are pretty much doing their job. Let's just get all the cavalry to swing on in. Can I just get all missiles to stop, please? That'll be absolutely fine. We have ourselves some Nazi at the front who apparently actually do want to fight. I'm a bit surprised about that situation. But there we are. They managed to get killed by the general. And you can see how quickly the general's numbers went down there. These are not the toughest of units in many ways. Can you please stop? You shot so many of our own troops there. That was ridiculous. Okay, get more pickoffs for the ladies here. Yeah, the ladies of the night, of course. And with that, a clear victory. 51 men lost, or sorry, 51 women lost. Maybe a man, who knows. Actually, the only man will be this bloke here. So the rest of them, all women who passed, sadly. But yeah, actually 1458, they did a lot of mopping up, I suppose. But yeah, just a bit of a swarm, that one. Of course, the more important battle is the one that follows over here at Constantinople. Get the general under a bit of spying, but okay, over here and take them on. Now, we're going to do a night attack to take the general out of it. Good. Now let's pick off this here army. This is a bit more complicated. They have themselves some committed tenses as well. A lot of Limitani for the easy break. Oh, that's Scole Palatino. They're unusual to see. But yeah, just high defense, nothing too much else. We could use these Amazon chariots sensibly. These are actually the ones we trained, I think. Are they? No, they're not actually. I don't think they are. We only get the infantry for this battle, so it's fine if we lose them. I kind of want to make sure we keep our core units alive here. And we want to be kind of using, yeah, these other ones as much as possible, because once we take the city, they will eventually disband. So let's get us out. Oh, it's interesting. Because I went off it, the reinforcements are hiding now. No reinforcements. Let's swing on in. Another day and another beautiful battle at night, which does make sense because it's not the daytime anymore. But hey ho, the archers are indeed going to run away. I did charge them just to make sure we pick them off. But okay, we're going to get ourselves with all of our cavalry basically up to the hill at this stage. Just make sure as much as possible we are shooting down those archers if we can, because they're really the only thing that bother me in this particular force. So let's just get all of our cavalry up here if possible. Keep on swinging around. Okay, they seem to be reacting now, but as much as possible shoot down these girls. Now, get this whole force onto skirmish, actually. Skirmish. Amazonian chariots. If they're going to be stupid about this, you can charge them. No? Okay, pokey. So, we're going to get all of these lovely ladies and the one chap who's with them to just swing on round, keep them distracted. You're going to try and throw javelins, and we're just going to skirmish with them. Oh, it's absolutely marvellous. As much as possible, be shooting these archers if you can. We'll hit the rest of them as we do it. As long as the archers don't get free shots, I'm quite happy with this scenario. These Limitani are in a stupid position, and for that reason they're going to get themselves routed. Yes, indeed, I don't even need to hit them. That's kind of perfect. So once again, coming back to these archers wherever they are, we want to focus on them. And everyone else is hopefully just going to be melting because they can't do anything about this. No need to even get the main army involved. This is just a horse archer affair. They do not have they don't have the missiles to deal with this, do they? No, they don't. You go and just close off those lovely, lovely fools. That'll be perfect. Yeah, you just go and chase them down because we'll be shooting them in the back and they'll be slaughtered soon enough. In fact, to be honest, at this stage you can probably start getting the headhunting maidens on them, but just need to keep an eye on this actually. We got still skirmish on. I'll make sure we do. Yeah, let's just reposition these ladies back here. The archers are potentially going to be a problem, so let's just be careful with that. Yeah, all right, at this stage, just get these 2 units on them. That'll be fine. They're going to start getting hit by the archers as well in a moment. That's quite fun. Okay, all of you, back over hither, please. Perfect, 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 perfect. Oh yeah, they're getting hit by everything now. And now they're broken. Okay, get these archers off of fire at will. Get all of them just to swarm them and mop them up. In fact, to be honest, you just need to get yourselves back over here. We'll let the light cav do that. Okay, don't get yourselves killed. Don't get yourselves killed. Get yourselves back in the forest. Excellent stuff. Right, well, as we just get these 2 back over here, I'm sure they'll get picked off in good time. So, back in this direction. Oh, they fleeing. They're fleeing. They are not happy with this situation. Okay. All cav, all cav, all cav, all cav, all cav, all cav. Just start yourselves running over here. We're going to chase them down and finish them off if at all possible. Let's really get these. Oh, they're really... Actually, they're probably going to make it out of here, aren't they? Okay. Get on top of those archers. Get on top of those archers. Get on top of all of this. Where are my chariots? You're the ones who will break them. You're the ones who are really going to break them. Get your asses back in here. They're going to rout. I don't really want to be hitting them too much with all of this, but I'd rather catch units if I can. Okay, we've got a rout. Got a rout. There's another rout. Rout. That's what you want to see. Okay, perfect. Should be mopping them up at this stage. That's good to see. And just make sure all of these units are doing something, because I'm not convinced all of them are. But your job can just be to make sure we do just catch these ones right on the border here. Okay, good. This skirmish turned into a slaughter because they were running away but didn't cover their retreat properly. Could have left a unit to sacrifice themselves. I think that is generally the point, isn't it, of the triarii, is the old Roman system was basically to cover the retreat of the slightly this veteran troops. Okay, good. We're going to mob these up, and this is another slaughter. That's what you want to see. And most importantly, all the troops that I need to keep alive are still very much here. Victory and glory. 87 men remaining. You really need to think about your phrasing game. I can tell you're from 2004. Civilian number women. Yeah, the general gained some experience. That's good to see. Plenty of inflicted casualties. And yeah, the horse archers hopefully would be gaining some experience, but not quite enough, sadly. And with that victory then, Constantinople is looking awfully, awfully vulnerable. To be honest, I'm not sure the ram's going to be all that helpful, but we will at least just start moving on all of that nonsense. We could actually get Thessalonica under siege by sending our cavalry forward, so I think that's what I'm actually going to do here. Doesn't look like there's too much in the way. Yeah, you know what? There's only a couple units in. There's a few units in there, so we'll see what we'll do. But we do want a ram just in case we can sneak the ram in. So what can we do? Oh, that's just awkward, isn't it? Yeah, one. We'll see. We'll probably have to do a second turn, but at least we got it underway. That's the most important thing, and things are looking pretty darn positive at this stage. As we begin the new turn then, Athens is under siege, and we are just going to, of course, take this one over. We'll just auto-resolve this because there's basically nothing here. With that, we will sack it, head back into the boat, and of course, get ourselves over the sea to Ephesus, because that's the one we're actually going to take over immediately. This one's obviously going to be more important to us, just to make sure it's a key base moving eastward. Athens will be more isolated. We don't need to worry about that quite so much. Crete would also be nice to take. We're not going to bother sacking it right now. So if Athens sacked, we burned down the Sol Invictus Temple. Don't worry, that's not the Parthenon. The Parthenon is fine. So retinue expands, we gain another Roman turncoat, which is excellent. And with this, I'm just going to see what happens for a turn or two, because I would like to just see if they want to come out and attack us at Sirmium, because I want to get as much damage done as I can with my army before it all disbands. Now, these actually have decent populations. I'm not so worried about all of these people spreading into the new populations of these cities, and there isn't really a cultural penalty for it. So what I want to do is take over these three. I need to get the order right, of course, because I will lose troops each time I settle. So it could be a bit of an awkward one. Luckily, 2 of the 3 are pretty empty. And Constantinople doesn't have a huge amount in it, but I do need to be careful with that. So I'm going to put Sirmium under siege, because I think they are likely to sally forth. And if they do, then we will hopefully be able to shoot down a huge amount of those troops. We have a lot of horse archers. And these Amazonian chariots will disband when we start settling. So we really want to make sure that we pretty much have the option of throwing them into them and killing as many of their troops as possible. There's a good chance that we could rout them with those Amazonian chariots, so we will see about that. Constantinople over here, Constantinople even. We'll just get ourselves some more towers, but make sure we're ready to assault it. But that one's going to be the big battle, of course. We'll just see if Sirmium wants to poke us. Oh, indeed, they're going to take the bait, and this could be intriguing. 1-2. I don't necessarily disagree at all, but I think this could be a good old bit of fun. Eastern archers are just a tiny bit worrying, but aside from them, normally the AI is pretty stupid at sallying forth. They're very good at getting themselves slaughtered. And with a load of Limitani and some Amazonian chariots, load of horse archers, oh, this could be a very good way of whittling this down and making sure that we can mop this up before too long. As the battle begins, I immediately see we have a humongous hill over here, and this is exactly what we want for this battle. Now, committed tenses are going to get shot down immediately by us, which is pretty darn nice. They're turning their backs now, which is just what I want to see. That's plenty of missiles. We'll just slow this down for us, get a few more hits in, and okay, I'm happy with that beginning. Let's just... Actually, if they're going to get themselves organised, let's maybe leave a few units behind to give them a bit of a poke. Yeah, you know what? A couple of you. Just turn yourselves around and we'll make sure if they're going to get themselves busy and organised over here, we'll just shoot them down as they approach. Might as well do that, to be honest. So, yeah, let's grab all these horse archers. We'll bring them forward a little bit for the time being. But I think, yeah, when it comes to that hill, they are not going to be having a good time. Yeah, as much as the hill is really, really useful, I think it's a very good idea to get on top of these troops as they are getting themselves organised. I want to get some big damage on them if at all possible. You're going to try and charge us, but honestly, those auxilia are just going to get shot to ribbons. So let's just aim at them and pull away. Pull away, pull away, pull away, pull away. Will distract us for a moment, but they are going to get themselves slaughtered if they're not careful. That's fine. Distract us if you wish. And come on, get a few more shots in. We're not doing as much damage to them as I was hoping, actually. Come on. Keep on pulling away. And I think they're already tired. How are they already tired? It's interesting. I'm just going to swing into these ones because they're a little bit more isolated. And come on, get on top of them. Steady, shaken, concerned about exposed flanks. You should be. And we're losing too many here. Oh, wait, we got the break. We got the first break. Let's just try and get all of these troops straight over here. Swarming tactics is normally good tactics. Auxilia. Second unit is broken as well. Let's just try and get all of these out here. Try not to die. Try not to die. One of mine got themselves routed, which is a bit of a shame, but always a little bit likely. Yep, get on top of them and just swarm them. That'll be fine. Unfortunately, a little bit more of a melee than I wanted with some of these, but still, we have the numbers, so a bit of swarming will absolutely do the job. Wavering, come on, you got friends there who are already dead. We haven't lost too much here, actually. There they go. They're broken as well. Now, run back over here. Get on top of this nonsense again. That'll be absolutely fine. You want to make sure these Eastern archers are being shot down, especially if they're just dealing with this force for now. They're reloading. That's not great. So just get out of their range, but do start swinging over to that force instead. Okay, Okay, there's still one more auxiliary over there. Could be annoying. They're reforming. Keep getting around the side. There's a tower over here. Yeah, they're going to start getting some shots in, which is not ideal. Okay, let's just start pulling away here. As long as they're not in proper position, I'm not too unhappy with the situation. I think my cavalry are actually going to start breaking en masse at this point. That's a bit of a shame. Try and get a couple of them back up the hill if possible. We didn't manage to break that unit. General arrived, which is intriguing. Everyone else can just start running into their positions at this point. Get the horse archers up this hill. And okay, they're a bit knackered now, aren't they? I think so. But that's absolutely fine. Because, yeah, they're going to get themselves in big trouble. Start running, run. I missed the run button. You know what? They're going to get themselves caught. It's not the end of the world. But get the get the Amazonian chariots into them. Down the hill we go into them. Okay, they are not going to like this. They are absolutely going to hate the chariots. Okay, anyone else want to join the party? No one just yet. Okay, get that second charge in. That's the general routing. That's the general routing. That's just what we want to see. Okay, get him shot, get him charged down, whatever you want to do. I don't mind charging to these committed tendencies. Down the hill we go, chariots. Do your filthy business, because I reckon we can do some lovely work here. Just these units. The general fine. Oh, the general's gone. As the general goes, we launch the chariots straight into them. They're gone. They are gone. Oh, yes. It's just the Amazonian chariots doing the work here. They're broken. Let's break the next one. This is just the chariots single-handedly. Okay. Get these cav, get the hand cav down into this. Get these girls down the hill. That's what we want to see. Amazonian chariots. Have you broken anything else? Yep, broken everything. Broken everything. These units are so fun. They're just ridiculous. Okay, that is just what we want to see. Get on these eastern archers. I need, you four need to just plow into these eastern archers as much as possible. There's some auxilia back here who are hilariously trying to do something. That's not going to work. Get the headhunters. Headhunters are in it as well. All right, I think we've got a mass route here, and we could chase them into the city and actually take them all if we are lucky with this. Get all missiles off. I don't want any more of that nonsense. But we're going to chase every last one of them down, and hopefully we're going to somehow capture the city. That is excellent. As I pretty much want it to happen, the gates are about to open for the... Oh, and officially that's victory. Oh, amazing. We can take the city. Magnificent stuff. And I wasn't quite expecting this result, but I'm happy we pulled that off. And with that, we will sack Sirmium. The victory music goes on, and that was, by the way, yeah, okay, they seem to ignore the Goths, but at least the Gothic capital, but they've gone and swung onto the next settlement over there. So that's magnificent stuff. Did I just kill my agent? No, my agent's still with us. Okay, maybe just keep an eye on that horde, because it's part of the other reason I want to just maybe stay slightly away from that area, just to see what my problems might be. But okay, richest faction is officially me. Lots and lots of money. Sirmium has been sacked, and that is absolutely magnificent stuff. And that means that we are, oh yeah, I think next time then we can begin by marching our way into our 3 new cities. That will be absolutely magnificent. Now, the only other thing we could consider is how we want to deal with, so there's still a few units here, nothing too much to worry about. At least there's a buffer zone, which is what I wanted. Is that, okay, there are still maybe armies around to go and knock out. That's what we need to go and deal with before next time. So, alright, fine. There's that over there. What I could do is send 1 unit of something just to go and intercept that situation. We'll just go and send you up here to make sure the battle can be started next time. So we'll get on with that at the start of next time. But then we've got Constantinople, Thessalonica, and Ephesus to take over. After that, we need to go get Athens, we need to go get Crete. We will need a bit of rebuilding for that, but we've got a bit of money in the kitty with a very sensible bit of buffer zoning over here in Sirmium, which hopefully just keeps the Huns away from bothering. They don't generally bother with rebel settlements. So having already sacked it, they will probably be ignoring that. As for Cadonia, okay, just one general over there who... Oh, we missed him. That's annoying. Okay, it's just him there, so that should be easy enough to go deal with. That's kind of what I needed to know from that. Bit of a scouting mission, really. So yeah, we can grab an army, go and take Crete, and then swing back to Athens in time. Magnificent stuff. Of course, the most important battle, though, will be Constantinople. This will be our brand new capital for this campaign. And if you are enjoying what we're doing here on the channel, do like, comment down what you're thinking about the series. And, of course, you can subscribe and become a member, both here on YouTube and on the Patreon as well. There are links in the description to all of that. But of course, this series will be on Monday and Thursdays, as we have been doing recently for our series. It'll be going on for the foreseeable. I don't know how long we are necessarily planning on this series to go on for. We'll just see how the flow of it goes. But I am looking to basically win the game's actual win conditions, which for us apparently doesn't exist. Maybe I didn't realise I didn't have one. I should have said that. But oh well, it doesn't really matter. We will choose our own victory conditions ultimately. So I hope you will be joining me for that. This certainly should be a fun little modding campaign. Obviously, this does take a little bit more effort than normal to put together, so I do hope that you very much enjoy it. But for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Nerdsticking, and this has been Road Towards Barbarian Invasion with our female-only Roxolani campaign. Thank you, everyone, and bye-bye. Send in the camels. Those shiny, smelly camels. Oh, the anarchy loosed upon the world, apart from over here where we're kind of routed. Stupidity got us into this mess. Stupidity will get us out of it, damn it. We'll have a last stand at some point. But it's not today.